and welcome back to 10 out of 10 Mood Watch Again with Lauren and Ross.
Hello.
And this week we are doing End of Days, the big Arnie classic. Do you want to hit us with your patter?
Aye, so released November 1999, directed by Peter Hyams, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gabriel Byrne, Kevin Pollak and Robin Tunney. A budget of 100 million and a box office of 212 million.
Perfect.
Easy.
So, I know last week we were like, we're going to do an Antichrist movie that isn't The Omen, and I don't even know if this movie falls into the Antichrist category, but do you know, we were looking at other stuff because we've been on a right deep dive. We watched the first Omen, and then we've basically been on a deep dive of Antichrist / Satan movies, and please don't think any worse of us for our movie choices, but we were trying to think of what ones to do that there's probably about 1 million episodes on the internet about The Omen, and then we were like, why not just combine the two things we love the most, Arnold Schwarzenegger and satanic movies? General overview, I've just got Big Arnie versus Satan in a battle to stop the end of days.
That's all you need.
Roll credits.
That's pretty much a movie.
Yeah. So why do you love this movie, Ross? If you do.
It's just a bit of chaos and Arnie fighting Satan. What else do you need?
100%. That's generally what I've got down. It just combines the two things that I always want to see in a movie.
It's a pile of nonsense.
Oh,
but
100%.
somehow it works for me. I don't know why.
No, totally. This isn't the greatest movie ever.
No,
this isn't even a great Satan / Antichrist movie. Do you know what I mean? But it fucking is, right? It's great.
Fuck it is.
So we'll dive into thoughts and opinions. Straight off the bat, obviously, it's the whole point of the movie is that it's set around Y2K, and it is mad, watching how freaked out loads of people were by Y2K coming out.
Aye.
There was groups of people that thought it was going to be a Satan thing. There was groups of people that were doomsday prepping for it. There was groups of people that thought their computers were going to get wiped by the Millennium Bug and all that kind of thing. We were 6.
Yeah,
but
we were too young to know it all.
I don't remember. The only thing I remember, and if anyone else out there remembers this, please let me know. There was a cartoon that they showed us in primary school. Then it was a wee green spider looking thing, and that was the Millennium Bug. And it was remember when this happens, la la la. And it would just talk to you about what to expect. And then I asked you about it last night, and you were like,
I don't remember this at all.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if this was my primary school thing, if it was on the telly, but I vividly remember this wee green bug just cutting about. And I was 6. It wasn't I was cracked out my nut or something. I also love as well in movies any event that it's Satan might pop up. Do you know what I mean? They're just going to make a movie of it. Obviously that's one in Y2K. You had the remake of The Omen in the 6th of the 6th, 2006. Was it not 2012? Was it the Mayan calendar? Or
I think it was, aye.
In 2012, so then obviously that was natural disaster movies. I'm sure 2016 there was supposed to be a rapture. Celebrities were raptured that year, but you know what I mean? There was supposed to be this huge thing. And I love when movies are yes, we are buying into this and you will pick up what we're putting down.
Easy way for them to make money, I suppose.
We've survived some bangers, eh?
Oh, fuck it. Everything bad seems to be happening.
I know.
Do you think this is probably the best introduction to Satan in a movie?
Oh, what an entrance.
Straight away, there's thing is Gabriel Byrne, grabs that woman's tit, gives her a snog, fucks off, blows the place up.
Yeah.
None of this, we need to summon him, we need to do this, just straight off the rip.
Yep.
There you go, there's Satan for you.
Yeah, and a really class coat.
Aye. Just as casual as you can be.
100%. Big Gabriel Byrne cutting about.
Uh-huh.
I literally had that down that what an entrance. Aye. And then also this movie features great coats. The coat game is strong. Gabriel, you know how much I love just a plain black cunty coat. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Gabriel Byrne's walking about absolutely class. Shout out to Arnie's big long leather Mac thing. Mwah. And big Robin Tunney, she's cutting about in a wee thing. Listen, the coat game is strong in this movie.
So we will talk about this as we're watching it, and I think you've got a list of it. Who do you think's the best person to ever play Satan in film?
bastard, you've jumped ahead. Right, okay. So we were talking about this last night, and then I went on a proper deep dive, right? Now, this isn't everyone who's played Satan.
Yeah.
I didn't include like TV shows and shit.
Oh, no.
And like the internet was trying to tell me to include Dave Grohl because he did it in the Tenacious D movie and all this, right? So I have for you, spoiler alert, by the way, because some of these is a plot twist, right? So Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate, Robert De Niro in Angel Heart, Louis Cypher, Tim Curry in Legend, Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled.
Fuck.
Peter.
What's that movie in years?
No, me neither. Peter Stormare in Constantine.
That's a terrible movie.
Viggo Mortensen in a movie called The Prophecy. I've never heard. Apparently, the movie's dreadful, but Viggo Mortensen's class in it. Jack Nicholson in The Witches of Eastwick.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, Witches of Eastwick has been on our list for about 10 years of like, we need to watch this, and we'll just never get round to it. There is obviously more that I've not been able to include. I've obviously not done like TV shows and all that because like there was loads for like Supernatural and all this kind of thing. But out of that stellar list, I'm still going to say Gabriel Byrne ranks pretty high.
I think he takes it.
Do you think the whole thing?
Aye.
Oh, I don't know if he takes the whole thing, but he is class.
I generally think he's top dog. He's
really?
Top Satan, aye.
Top Satan. Oh God! If this podcast gets haunted after us talking about this one, I'll definitely give you Gabriel Byrne in the top 5. Like he's like
you only named 6. No, even that I don't think. Obviously.
I only named 5. I'm like, he's up there.
He's top dog for me.
Right, fair play. He is class in this, but he's more of like, it's like a quiet arrogance. Do you know what I mean? He's
the only guy that I think was like, right, let's take this movie serious.
Yeah. Because everyone else that's ever played Satan has been like, I am Satan. Do you know what I mean? And like really, really hammed it up. Whereas he was like, I'm an actor. I'm gonna act. Do you know what I mean?
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, makes sense for it, and I don't know how he's all that to make sense of that in this whole movie.
100%. I also, now, just to get on to Big Arnie, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't think I'm wrong. I feel like this is the first time we've seen Big Arnie, like, proper fucked in a movie. As in, like, he's, like, the first 30 seconds of seeing him, he's, like, hungover, he's suicidal. And yeah, he's like, well, I mean, I say that. He's still the buffest fucked guy.
He's got stubble. That's it. That's how fucked he is.
He's just not shaved for a week. But like, I love that they're trying to make him be this like, oh, kind of guy. And it's like, it's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Like, he's... See the cocktail he makes for his breakfast, right? I sat and listed it, right? Now, again, bear in mind that Arnold Schwarzenegger, with the body that he has, and it's supposed to be really fucked, right? This is what he puts in his morning milkshake, right? A quadruple coffee, Pepto-Bismol, a leftover container of Chinese food, a stale lager, leftover pizza, and a slice of bread.
Fucking hell.
Fuck that.
This is why Arnold Schwarzenegger shouldn't do these type of films.
Yeah, there's a lot of bits where, now, I love an Arnie Stinkface, but there's a bit where he's trying to like argue his pal, and he's giving like this really severe side eye thing going on. It's like, what are you trying to do there? Like, is
that in the bit where he's singing the 40s and he's great and he's just pure gunning? And I was like, what are you doing? That fucking leftover Chinese milkshake came back to haunt you.
Don't, man, I was like, I'm blending this thing, and I was like, fuck that.
That's fucking
absolutely wrong. Fuck that. I see. Oh God. See as well, like just talking about the Big Arnie. What a like opening 10 minutes of the big man, like running with a helicopter tied to him to chase a murdering priest. Like, and he's just like him running down the helicopter and all that. It's like, going to at least try. I know this is a movie about the end of days, but going to at least try and make it believable, big man. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I've put out here, how do they get away with it? Like, they're a private security firm, yet they can just sit and have shootouts in the middle of the street.
Aye, and they're heavy pals with the police and
destroy the buildings. I understand, obviously they were in on it with the whole Satan's, like, the whole deal with trying to get Robin Tooney.
Yeah.
But, like, somebody was like, no, they would be arrested rapidly.
100%.
I don't care if you're a private like security firm.
But I think, is it not that they used to be police and now they're not? It's never really addressed.
I think
but
he was an ex-detective. Obviously,
Yeah.
his kid and his wife gets killed. A
and,
contract killing.
Yep. Because he
But-
was going to testify and they killed his wife and kids, and now he's
obviously
like,
he
fuck
didn't
this.
take the bribe.
Aye.
But I'm like, there's no way you could get away with doing that. Even if you were just an ex-cop, like
Yeah.
you're sitting shooting up buildings and all that, fucking smashing through the glass bit,
Yep.
and just running. Then you just shoot a guy's legs off
I know.
practically, and you're like, nah, that's not happening.
100%. I love as well that we've talked about anything else about Schwarzenegger and we've not even mentioned that his character's name is Jericho Kane.
Yeah.
Like, let's just pick two guys for the Bible and be like, boof. Like,
Oh, the religious imagery, and it just hits you over the head with this.
oh my God. See, that's my next point. You go first.
That this movie over-explains itself when it doesn't need to.
It really does.
Like, we're not slow. We know what's happening here. Like Jericho Kane. Oh my God.
Yeah. No way.
Aye. Like all the religious imagery, all
Yeah.
the stuff. I was like, come on, fuck guys.
Everyone's getting crucified. Yeah.
Like, we're not slow.
Hey Drake, we're not slow. I'm also, but saying that, I am a fucking sucker in these types of movies for when anybody walks into a gaff and there's like Bible pages glued to the
Yeah.
wall and there's like symbols painted in red over the top and like he's scrawled his own thing in crayon. I'm like, let's go, yes.
Oh, it's
like
fucking-
that's always, as soon as you walk, like his room was basically, it was the House for 7, but the House for 7 was tidier.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean? But as soon as you walk into anything like that, I'm like, yes, I'm sat and I'm paying fucking attention.
This is going on a tangent and all.
Let's go.
Like, I'm still hanging about this fucking milkshake.
Oh,
this
God.
No milkshake, this blender thing.
Uh-huh.
How bad does his house smell?
Oh, don't.
Like, just
Yeah.
alky, fucking everything left. You know he hasn't showered.
No. And like his kitchen looks manky.
Stale lager, so you've got the beer farts coming in.
Oh,
The
no.
protein farts. Like,
Oh.
that is not a good.
And like none of the windows were cracked. At
Yeah.
least crack a window if you're going to be a manky bastard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, the scene when Satan goes in there, that would have killed Satan alone. He'd have went in and said, fuck this.
I was, but yeah, but Satan's just being like surrounded by like the smell of sulfur. You know what I
but
mean? Like
that's
just
his own
rotten
hell.
eggs all day.
That's his aim, bro, though. He doesn't mind it. No Arnie's 40-old Chinese pizza lager.
Guinness farts.
Aye. Like, no chance. He's no babe since his fucking wife died.
Oh. See, as well, his gaff is like so class, and I'm like, fucking Hoover, my man.
Aye.
I was like, we all get times when we can't be arsed, but just fucking sweep a wee brush over that. Do you know what I
Fucking
mean?
just whiskey and stale Chinese. Tasty.
No, do you know what? I'll blend you all of this up, right?
Oh, fuck
And we'll
that.
see how it tastes. We'll do it as like a science
Yeah,
experiment,
it's not
right?
happening.
I know that we're about to rip into my gal Robin Tunney, right? But for me, I know she's dreadful. I know she's terrible. But she will always get a pass because of The Craft. Like, The Craft it's in my top 10 favourite movies of all time. Ross won't let me do an episode on it, guys, so you're saved.
You can
But,
get something
like-
else in that. Doesn't bother me.
Right, anybody who wants to come and do The Craft with me, let me know. But like, she will always get a free pass in my books. But she's fucking dreadful in this movie.
I don't know if it's her or it's just the character was just written as a screaming mess.
No, it's her because I've seen her in other things, and it's still that like, what, why, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's her.
Like, she's always just got that deer in the headlights look then.
Yeah, but like, she's Robin Tunney and she was in The Craft, so she gets away with it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough. Kinda,
Like, I'll die on the hill for her, right? But no, she is awful in this movie. Like, and also, this actually might be a spoiler for my I'm Out, right? I didn't think I had an I'm Out, but I've just thought of one there. See when she's hugging Miriam Margolyes and she's like, why can't I be normal? Shut up.
yeah, behave yourself.
You pick me, bitch. See when Arnie goes into the church to speak to the baldy priest with the specs, and he's like, you've seen too much. And then they sit and argue, right? And Big Arnie's like, I've seen enough. I'm pure hard as fuck, right? The priest buckles in about 5 minutes and is like, aye, Morn, have a look at this and all that. And
Yeah.
it's like, but then turns around and is like, go, forget everything you've seen. Like, you buckled in 5 minutes from it. It's like,
you relented rapidly.
do you know what I mean? You've gave the game away. Like, if you walked into a basement and there's a fucking woman sitting there with stigmata, like, screaming Latin, you're not forgetting that.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
See, talking about like the church and all that, I feel like they could have done better in preventing this.
They had 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that, they had 1,000 years to plan this.
I believe that's
right?
true.
But see, rather than just go to try and kill her, all you had to do is get her away from him before. Because after Millennium, he had to wait, apparently. Apparently, that's some rule. Another
He's got
1,000
another
years.
1,000 years, aye.
So why not just make sure, right, 31st, right, get her and just hide her?
Aye, like the Vatican weeks up and goes, right, get on this plane to Vatican. But then...
Is it, you don't need, like, you can't kill her, but they're like, we can, is it? No, you can just get her on a plate at the Vatican.
Yeah. I take her to the head security firm, do you know what I mean?
Like, see, rather than just sitting there and saying, oh, we'll must
hide you
stop
in a
this,
basement,
you're not
aye.
doing anything to stop it. I think they'll help them.
Listen, that is true though, like you say, like they have literally had, I feel like we're merging A's and thoughts and opinions right now, but like, they have had 1,000 years, like, over 1,000 years, could you know, just had like a scroll that gets passed to every other, like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, this is what the last guys were working on, right, you pick it up,
if
like,
they knew who the
like
lassie,
a yes and exercise.
if they knew who the lassie was,
Aye.
they could have just been there, instead of trying to kill her, because there's no point in killing her, it's not her fault.
Aye, poor
like,
it.
Kidnap her, then after that, just fling her back.
Aye, on your way, Rogue.
But like that was a fucking mental day, that one. Go kidnap her, sent back.
I actually have more about that, but I'm going to save it for my A's because I want to go in. I love as well that every time Gabriel Byrne is walking about, nu metal music's playing. I just love that Satan's a nu metal fan.
It's a weird choice, but no, I'll give you.
Love it. I too rock with a bit of Limp Bizkit and Deftones, sir. Like,
I'll give you that one.
The bit where he sees the kid with that's got the Satan rules jumper, and he's like, "Nice shirt." And I'm just like, this is so cheesy, but I love it. Like,
no, it's
hey kid, yeah.
It's just full of fucking random bits. This movie.
It is, but and yet it all works. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like every time we watch it, we're like, this movie's so bad that it's amazing, and then we get to no, this movie's just straight amazing, and then it gets to the end, and we're like, well, that was a film. But then if anybody asks us about any days, we're like, fucking love it. Get it watched.
I've got to hear that the ending ruins this movie.
Oh really? Really?
Aye, like that horrible CGI mess.
That was literally what I was going to say next. Like, see when obviously Gabriel, like, see the practical effects on Gabriel Byrne, right? When he's super fucked up, and it's like his whole body's rotting and all this kind of thing. Because I'm assuming Satan would rot your body. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously, invisible Satan leaves Gabriel Byrne's fucked body, and like, in the church, the reveal is shit and the CGI is shit, but it's given more like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy than it's given like Satan. Do you know what I mean?
But that, and it's the whole, oh, you need to fight him. He finds his faith randomly last minute.
Rapid,
like,
didn't he?
Just what I needed, a bit of faith. Then he's fighting off Satan in his own body.
Yeah.
Then impales himself, and I was like, surely they could have. I would have maybe. I mean, I'm saying that this is what I'd have done, but just
tell me what you would have done, Ross.
Just time the cunt out, but as a minute past 12's up you.
I like just stand there, like you're at soul fighting Satan, just stand still like that.
No, just do the ultimate cock block. Right in the way.
Well, he did do the ultimate cock block. He fucking impaled himself.
Just a random, like, I don't know why they had to include, he's going to fight Big Satan, but obviously he was never going to fight
Satan.
He was never going to fight Big Satan. Do you know what I mean?
Big Satan.
Like, there's no way he was going to fight him, so then he's going to have this inner battle. Is it? Get fucked.
I know. Because you got your faith together so quickly.
I mean, he blamed God in that for the people killing his kids. Is it? No, that was a mob hit. Like, that's not God's problem.
Yeah, that was a contract kill. Yeah, see that bit where Gabriel Byrne's in his gaff and he's like, what did he say? He was like, God is the most well-known underachiever.
Aye.
And I was just like, all right, like, okay.
Doesn't like your big man.
Sitting there like, things go good, that's what he wanted. Things go bad, he works in mysterious ways. I was like, aye, all right, fair play. Like,
no, the ending's pretty weak. I think they must have just run out of time or ideas.
Aye.
Actually, it's a pointless thing.
Well, you know what I'm going to say next? What do you think happens the next day? Like January 1st, 2000. Like, how is Christine navigating the early 2000s? Like, is she rocking the frosted blue eyeshadow and listening to Avril Lavigne? Or is she going super Christian and like joining the church and becoming a nun and all this shit?
I imagine the Vatican would, like, they obviously don't need to kill her anymore, but I don't think Satan's dead.
Well, you can't kill Satan.
I mean,
who's running hell if Satan's dead?
There's other kings in that, and we watched Hereditary.
Hereditary says there's 10 kings of hell.
I assume she's at the Vatican.
Oh, hell must be huge. You're going to need 10 different kingdoms, aren't you?
Of course, hell's huge. It's fucking infinite. Every cunt goes to every bad cunt. Hell's fucking huge. Really? Fuck's sake.
I mean, I've never been personally, but I've heard it's massive.
Fuck's sake. But no, I imagine the Vatican would take her and be like, right, you're a fucking mental bastard, Mia.
You've still got that. Well, that's the thing. Does she still have the 666 mark, or do you think it would like dissolve off her? No, they do that sometimes in films where it like just dissolves off you.
Fucking better though. That's made up.
I'll take End of Days too.
That's made up extra script. Fucking better than him.
I just love the thought of Christine York in the early 2000s, like full Dream Matte Mousse and the blue eyeshadow with Avril Lavigne, but the 666 is still in the back of her neck. Like, yes.
No, I mean, she's not recovering for this.
No, she's
fucking
full.
Nearly got pumped off Satan. How do you recover for that?
True. You find out that your whole life has been a lie. Like, you've been groomed by like the Church of Satan.
Yeah,
and
no chance she's alright with
your
it.
stepmom was the nurse that delivered you and also killed your mom and your dad. So that she can, like, it's so bizarre. Have you got anything else?
I've got one thing here.
Okay.
See the bit where he blows up the van with the gasoline? How bad would it be to piss gasoline? That's got to be pretty rough, huh? The old bladder's got to be shot to fuck after that, man.
No! Wait. Please cut out my smoker cough. So. Wait a minute. I just need a minute, right? So.
It's like, oh fuck, I need a piss. Fuck, is that gasoline? What?
So. See, like, obviously, like, Gabriel Byrne's body's all, like, fucked and rotted, like, with the end and Satan leaves him. It would be if he's replaced your fucking bladder with, like, just a petrol can.
Fucking cocks eroded away.
I see. Scene.
He couldn't have pumped all the fucking nothing left.
Satan possessed Gabriel Byrne, rode him rotten, and then hung him back out to dry. Just let it go.
Fucking had some bad asparagus that I couldn't have had at the restaurant.
That is honestly, just go the now, Ross. That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Like, that's burning Everton. That's burning Everton to fuck.
Oh my god, I think that's the best thing you've ever said.
That's a tough break for Gabriel, man. It's fucking Satan done him dirty.
Satan done him
he
so
didn't deserve that.
Right. Whether you want to or not, we're jumping on a favourite scene. What is your favourite scene?
Mine's is the train tunnel scene, see where Satan's chasing her and him.
Yeah.
Like
good
the bit
shout.
he stops and it like he punches through the stuff.
Yeah.
I like a good hunting scene.
Yes. See, I went for the scene where Miriam Margolyes batters Big Arnie. Like, she gets these fucking claws out of nowhere, man, and she rocks his shit for a good 10 minutes before he puts her through a table. But like, as soon as she comes out and she's like, bang, and like the big claws come out, I'm like, yes, Miriam, get on it.
She takes a fucking pounding in this movie.
Doesn't she? She rocks his shit though for a good 10 minutes before.
She has a good couple licks in.
100% before he turns around and is like, no.
Oh, gasoline cocks coming in to
go. Fuck off. Right, I'll dive into Yus's information and then we're going straight to us, to Ace. So, this was Schwarzenegger's first film coming back from his heart surgery. This is also the first movie since Terminator where Arnie dies. He only dies in 2 films.
No, fair enough.
How mad. The quote, Satan's greatest trick was convincing man that he didn't exist, is also in another Gabriel Byrne movie, Any guesses?
Stigmata.
Nope. Bastard. No. Usual Suspects.
That
They
makes
say
sense.
that
I
about
know.
Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Aye, fair enough.
So Schwarzenegger and the film's director,
Peter Hyams.
Peter Hyams, would often clash on set as Arnie thought the movie was being shot with too dark lighting. He originally asked James Cameron to direct as, and I quote, "Jim understands what I need."
Ah, fuck off,
I
Arnie.
know. I read that and I was like,
You're not good enough to be
Arnie,
starting this shit.
You make it so hard for me to love you sometimes. So like you've just said, Gabriel Byrne was in 2 movies involving Satan in 1999. End of Days, obviously, where he plays Satan, and then Stigmata, where he is a priest fighting Satan. Also with Patricia Arquette from last week's Studio Months, or 2 weeks ago's Studio
That
Months.
fucking cracker movie.
Stigmata's a
love it.
banger. Stigmata's
Fucking love
great.
that movie, I know. Gabriel Byrne, man. What a fucking G.
Gabriel Byrne is a fucking...
We're on a wee Gabriel Byrne one.
Ain't we? Does that mean we get to watch is it Into the Wild? Turning Og. Yes. The role of Jericho Kane was originally written for Tom Cruise, but he decided that he wanted to work on Magnolia instead. Now, I've never seen Magnolia, and I know we were talking about Magnolia with Duncan on Con Air, but the only thing I know from it is "Don't call me lady, I come in here, I give these things to you." Like, I've never seen it, but I've heard it's like one of the like great awful films.
All right, okay.
And that's right up our street. We love shite. Do you know what I mean?
Would he have been in his mad weird Scientology stuff then?
I think this is around like, is it Vanilla Sky and all that kind of stuff? So I think this is like the start, maybe.
I'm not too sure
when
about
did
that.
him and Nicole Kidman split up over his Scientology shit, and that was like late 90s. So maybe
I might have been, but maybe he wouldn't have wanted to make it.
Yeah, true. He's been like, oh fuck that. Yeah,
Scientology have said no to him.
Yeah. Guillermo del Toro was asked to direct, but he turned it down.
Nah, fair enough.
What a different movie if Guillermo del Toro had done it.
That'd have been pretty messed up, I imagine.
100%. But it would have been like all practical effects.
Yeah. That, honestly, Big Satan, man. Fuck Big Satan.
Yeah.
That,
big CGI Satan
that
looks
was
fucking
disgusting to
terrible.
see, man.
Looks so bad. And also, Liv Tyler was supposed to play Christine York, but had to back out last minute due to contract issues. Kate Winslet and Jennifer Connelly were also offered the role. Also, Jennifer Connelly and Kate Winslet turned it down, and I was sitting there like, where have I heard that before? And I had to go all the way back. House of Wax, these two were put up and turned it down. Now, I don't know what it is, like, because in loads of things that I read, these two seem to be paired together. They don't look anything alike. They're not similar in any type of way. And yet they seem to just be up for the same bits all the time.
Oh, we need 2 young actresses. And
who are good looking and can act. They're
there. Good looking, maybe no actor, I don't know.
Aye.
But it could just be, they're 2 young actresses for the right age. I mean, they would all been linked for all the same stuff if you're in the same age range, I assume.
It's the same with I suppose, all the same women are going for the same thing. Same as like Ed Norton, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and all that. They were all up for the same things. Like
unless you're like
Ethan
a mad
Hawke.
newcomer.
Yeah. Aye, because they've always got stories about how, like, I think like Matt Damon was like really gutted that he didn't get Primal Fear and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And he's probably got the next one, and fucking
Norton's raging. Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Will we dive into it?
Aye, go for it.
Right. We're starting at the very fucking start, right? So, Invisible Satan bounces out of the
sewer.
Thank you.
Like the vent thing?
The vent sewer thing. Right, bounces out of them, flies through hundreds of pedestrians to go into a restaurant and possess Gabriel Byrne in the toilet, right? Now, if we're going by that Satan is coming for you, like he's going to pick somebody who's like the best sinner to like hold his body.
It's just like a vessel, strongest vessel.
Yeah, right. So strongest vessel, biggest sinner, however we're doing it. He passed so many fucking pedestrians, right? Are you trying to tell me not one of them was a bad bastard? Because all we found out about Gabriel Byrne was just that he worked in Wall Street.
And I was like, one of the most evil cunts.
Aye, but you know what I mean, right? It's like, and then as well as the movie goes on, they seem to be like, every cunt in New York worships Satan. Like, his crew just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
It gets weird, especially with
the very end when they're chasing him in the church.
Aye, but that, and see when he gets her out the church, then it's like, the police officers, we follow them as well. Is it? I think it's too convenient for me.
Yeah, that everyone's into Satan. Do you know
Everybody
what I
who's
mean?
around Jericho's like, oh, by the way, we follow Satan. Is it?
Do you?
Aye, when have you got time?
100%. Like, that was the thing that got me in the first 5 minutes. Like, he flies past hundreds of pedestrians, and it's like, you've went all the way into this restaurant just to get Gabriel Byrne. Like,
Yeah.
you telling me there wasn't any other cunt on your way. But again, I'm very glad that you picked Gabriel Byrne, because Gabriel Byrne's class.
I mean, it also does the harm that Gabriel Byrne got paid a lot of money to make a movie about being Satan, and Satan gets him.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
convenient, right?
listen, do you know what I
If you're
mean?
going to do it, the guy's getting paid a boatload of money to play Satan. Do you imagine? I said, how do I get Satan? And fuck is it? Right, I've nailed it. Get that woman winched and grab her tit.
Aye, he's sitting and that's it. He'll went into the toilet and be
Pay me
like,
$1 million for this. What am I going to do?
Aye, what am I going to do? I can't get into the role.
Aye.
2 seconds later.
Aye, got it, boys. Harmony, fuck you.
This might be more of a casting, and I'm really glad that Big Arnie is in this movie. I love Big Arnie, but it is really weird that Arnie is cast as a fucked, alky, suicidal, like basically a more fucked up version of Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon kind of guy, right? And I was thinking about it, like, if you were going to go for an action star, I feel like, and I am never one to give props to Bruce Willis, never, but I feel like you
Leave him
would.
alone, he's gone through enough.
It'll go through one more thing. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Bruce Willis. But like, I feel like he'd have been better in the role, because I feel like you could believe that Bruce Willis is like a fucked up cop who's had a shite life and they're down on his luck. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was never like super built. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was like muscly enough, but never like built to the way like Stallone and Schwarzenegger were. And I feel like if he was cutting about, like, obviously, pure, you can get a have a few laughs, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would believe it more. But Schwarzenegger, like, I would believe that that's what Bruce Willis has for his breakfast. Do you know what I mean?
It's this world that they're all normal people, then like fucking Schwarzenegger walks in.
I know.
Like, come on. But the thing that bothers me about it, and this is what my is, and I know why they do it, but going to stop giving Schwarzenegger such American names. Like, I understand American movies, and maybe film goers won't go see it. You know what type I'm talking about?
Yes.
But come on. He can't.
He's always called John. This is the one that, off the top of my head, that is just like, he's got Jericho Kane, but like Commando, he's like John Matrix and all that. It's like, what?
It's like, he's Austrian with a thick Austrian accent. Nothing wrong with that. The guy's not fucking American. Like, he's not. So stop giving him such American names in movies.
Give him like, I don't know, Klaus Anderson or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's mash it up. Yeah.
Because you do it and it's like, oh, it's just John Matrix and he's got the accent. Is it? What part of America you from?
Steam, Bennett.
What America you from? Springborn.
Do you know he doesn't talk German or Austrian anymore? Like, he's been over in America. I was going to say he's been over here. He's not over here. When he's been over in America that long, and he's just not spoke.
Yeah.
Like, so there's like an interview where I think someone was trying to speak German to him, and he would only answer them in English. Like, he was like, I understand what you're saying, but I can't do it anymore. Like, I've not. And I was thinking about that. Like, that's mad. Like, you've lost your mother tongue. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then I suppose
if he's never had to use it, though, like,
that's the thing.
I don't know what the German and Austrian
population in California is.
So I'm not sure. But it's always something that's annoyed me. Like, it's not even anything against him, because he's just reading the script, but it's like, come on, fuck.
He's always called John. Always.
Like, one thing I've got then, right, is, see the bit after the devil takes Gabriel Byrne?
Yes.
How do they all know already that he's the devil? It's like, see the bit, like, obviously
like
you
when
have
he's
the
shooting everyone's door.
No, you have the shootout scene, right? Like when the priest shoots him.
Yes.
So how did he know? But I think he was a force on that, right? Fair enough. But did he have the private security set up in that already to take him there? So what the fuck was the bank? What was the Wall Street guy doing so bad that he needed a private security firm? Do you get me? It doesn't make. I would like to have seen a bit where it organises that kind of.
So, are you meaning like, so obviously, like, if Satan hadn't possessed Gabriel Byrne, would he have still had the security?
Yeah.
But then, like obviously
like,
the four.
did Satan take him then organise that, or
Was
that already organised?
Fuck.
Because if it didn't, then what the fuck was that guy doing?
He's heavy.
Like that cuts evil than Satan.
He's heavy, moving about like war crime money, isn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
they all seem to know straight away, and I don't know if that's me being stupid.
No, it's not being stupid because I totally get it. Like obviously, like they say, like, oh, Thomas Aquinas the priest, you can see the future, right? But like the rest of them, like when he shows up to that German doctor's gaff,
yeah,
and he's like, "Oh my god, it's you!" Like, I wonder if it's like, well, I mean, I know they leave like
a presence thing or something.
Yeah, it must be
it's
like
not really explained in the movie, so
yeah. I for a movie that explains too much, this was not explained. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to go full Ex Machina, go full Ex.
My question is, if Thomas Aquinas, the priest, could see the future, why not just go after Gabriel Byrne straight away?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
or if you know who the lassie is, take her.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I'm putting plot holes in a movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting Satan.
Yeah.
But it's just every time I'm like, did he already organise that private security? Did he know? Like, what was he doing? It was so evil that he needed that in the first place. And then if the priest knew, why not just fucking off him beforehand?
That's heavy fucking like terrorist money that Wall Street guy's dealing with, isn't it? That's pure war crime.
I bet you he's like bankrupted so many companies.
Countries, mate. Countries. 100%.
He's actual worse than Satan. Like, it was him that took care of Satan.
Satan's come in his body and been like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I know I've already said this in the thoughts and opinions, right? But see the bald priest that Arnie talks to, who then lets Arnie follow him into the basement where your stigmata woman's lying there screaming Latin, basically tells him half the fucking plot and then goes, go, forget what you've seen. What a shite priest. Like if you're the priest in charge of like stopping the end of days, why are you being a grass? Do you know what I mean? Like, but then I suppose, I don't know, I would want Arnold Schwarzenegger on my side as well. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
like, he crumbled fast. Do you know what I mean?
There's too much shit in this to really say. Like, they have the guy see the future. He's really bothered me. Like, he's an asshole, man. But if he sees the future, he must have seen all this stuff happen. He could have seen all this stuff happening, but like, is he just letting it play out? Like, is he playing his part by doing this, or? Do you know, think the church would have said to us, by the way, Jericho Kane, see whatever happens to him, don't help him because he's going to do it.
See with our accents, I think it sounds like we're saying Jerry Cocaine.
Oh, Jerry Cocaine, that's fine with me.
Just the way you said that then, I was like, why is he saying Jerry Cocaine?
It's like, people can see future movies and that, it's kind of like,
But this is the thing as well though, right, is obviously he's supposed to be like a seer, right? But there are, in movies, many different ways to see into the future. Do you know what I mean? Like, is he one of the ones that can just see shit? Is he one of the ones that like a That's So Raven thing where he like touches something and goes like phoom and like sees it then? Or is he like Alice from Twilight where like your future's not set because you can change your decisions, so she sees like multiple different paths? It's the whole ass thing. And
they don't really go into that in this, I suppose.
That's what I mean. Like, out of everything that they explain in this movie, they don't explain that.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Right, have you got any more?
Yeah. So what did you say the John Wick priests were called?
Like Sacred Hearts or something. I can't remember them. Sacred Flame, something like that.
Fucking crack on. What kind of combat training does the Vatican run? Like, are they getting trained in the Vatican, or are they getting sent away? Because I'm not being funny. If they're getting sent away to get trained in combat, you'd be fucking asking for a refund because they are shite.
Aye. Maybe they're just like, they're trained combat, they've never actually fought anybody before.
Yeah. Aye, it's like that when you get trained on first aid and it's like, oh, this is what to do if like a baby's like choking and you're like, nay bother, I've got this. And then I feel like in the moment you'd be like,
your ass claps.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and just my last one was, we've already said it, was just how fast a Big Arnie gets his fucking faith back at the end. Like, he just looks at Jesus on a cross and goes, you're right, big man, I'm on this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so I've got one more. So the bit where he goes back to his work, I suppose, and armours up, gets all the weapons in that.
Class. Commando flashbacks.
Yes. Now he's killed cops.
Yep.
Shot up buildings and all that.
Yep. Wrecked a helicopter.
Yeah, done all this dodgy shit. His co-worker even says, the police are out looking for you.
Yeah.
Who's letting him in the armory to do all this?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's not enough police looking for him for being a cop killer. Considered
Cop killer.
in other movies when it happens, like, was it 21 Bridges? They shut that place down.
Yep. Den of Thieves.
Yes,
Yep.
I imagine that's what would happen. And in movie logic anyway. But he's just free to cut about.
100%.
Go back, get an absolute fucking arsenal of weapons for his work.
Bazookas and shit.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, you know the police are after it. I just did this one thing and I'm gone. And he's armed to the gills.
Yeah.
Like an arm to the teeth.
See, you saying that? That's literally just put that bit of Den of Thieves in my head where it's like before the fucking credits roll, it's we're cop killers now. And then it's like the credits start when you're like, here we go. Will we dive into best kill, worst kill?
Aye, go for it.
Have you got anything?
Gasoline.
Gasoline
Gasoline's the
piss.
best one. Like a gasoline piss killing you.
That is literally mine as well. We really do share that one brain cell with us that's working overtime. His pal dying after the devil turns his piss into gasoline.
Aye.
That should have been any though. Not the way Jesus can turn water into wine, Satan can obviously turn piss into gasoline. But is it piss into gasoline or is he just pissing gasoline?
I don't know.
Think about it. Oh no, you're going to press stop and this is going to be you for like the rest of the night.
No, I mean,
I've been thinking about it.
I hope he does the piss gasoline. That'd be pretty sore. It's like, but you drink water then it converts it to gasoline. I don't know how do you make what is gasoline? I don't know. I'm lost.
I failed chemistry, man. Don't fucking ask me.
Move on.
Like, yeah, shuffle on. Worst kill, I've got the Thomas Aquinas priest because that is the grimmest thing I've ever seen. I know it's supposed to be worst kills and shittest kill, but I'm putting worst kills and fuck that. Like, you getting crucified to the ceiling of your hospital bed, fuck off. Absolutely not.
I've got the guy in the bathtub that you don't see him die, he's just dead. Yeah. That's the worst. You don't see it.
I know we're supposed to do worst kills as in like that kill was shite, but that Thomas Aquinas one was horrific, and I was they putting that as best kill.
That's when the cop goes, I done it himself, and is it, how'd they put the last scalpel in then? I'm like, come on, fuck me, a bit common sense.
I know. Will we go worst guy whose hairline's just seen?
Robin Tunney. It's a bad performance. I don't think her character's great, but I don't think she does it any justice either. No, she's not good in this movie, and I don't know if it's her fault. I've not seen her in much, so I can't tell. I went on a right wee thing of like seeing what else she's been in. She's been in loads of telly and all that, but it is very much that like what that kind of vibe. Acting. But I know, I get it. She is awful in this movie. And do you know see the way she runs in the movie? She's always just like, just gangling. It's like, what are you doing? But again, she gets a free pass for me just because of the craft. Aye. My worst guy whose hairline just eaten. I mean, it should be Satan, but it's the German scientist guy purely because that actor does the Human Centipede later on in his career. And everyone who was ever involved in those movies, hell for all of you. Jail. Fuck that. You go right to jail. Right, who's in a different movie? Well, I've got the partner, like his partner in it, because why does it always need to be a wisecracking cop? Yeah. Like Clippy and all that. I mean, he does redeem himself at the end, though, by not shooting him. Thanks. Fair dues for that, but you're also gasoline pissed off, so it's the only one I could think of. I had that he's in like some Mad Billy Crystal comedy. Like, see just the way he's like hitting out with the zingers. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'll give you it. I also put that Gabriel Byrne is in like he's in a serious movie. Like he is acting. Do you know what I mean? He is stating in like some fucking Oscar run film. But like he could have went so much hammier and didn't. Do you know what I mean? But like everyone else is at a 12 and he's just like, I'm fucking Satan. Do you know what I mean? Like best Satan. Best Satan. Right, okay. Easy. Okay. Easy. Do you know what we need to do? We need to go on like, oh my god, we could do. Remember when we did the Oscar overview episode? We should do one for Halloween where we just watch all the Satan films, and get our house possessed by shoddy juju. Like, me talk about that partner guy. Do you know what his name is in this? What? Bobby Chicago. Shut up. You know what? I take it back. Bobby Chicago. This cunt's a fucking belter. No, I take it back. I've not got a different movie. Right, okay. Fair dues to him. Okay. Like, nah, Bobby Chicago, what a fucking legend. Legend. Right, okay, fair fucks. What have you got for Am Out? The scene, I think we'll mention it earlier, is when he does the flashbacks that the devil's in his house.
Yeah.
It goes on too long for me. Like I don't think it's as good as what other people think.
I think it's just, yeah, I get you. Like, I mean, I get why it's there, because obviously the devil's whole shtick is that he's going to tempt you.
That's the whole point. But I'm also like,
I know.
I personally don't need it.
Yeah, no, fair. I didn't have one, but then I said earlier on that I had one, and now I forgot what it is. So
Oh, well, don't have one.
when I listen to this back, I'll be like, oh yeah, I meant to say that, yeah.
We'll add it in next week's if we get it.
Don't, because I do this every time when we re-listen to it. I'm like, fuck,
Should I said this?
Yeah, I can like hear myself starting a thought and then getting distracted, and then when I listen back, I'm like, Lauren, you had good point. Why did you not say that good point and continue to talk shite?
Okay.
Well, that was our episode of End of Days. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, catch us over on Instagram at 10 out of 10 would watch again. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Bobby Chicago.